A no commentary version of this run can be found in the pinned comment in the comments section below. Early ad-free access to original uncut versions of all my videos can be found on my Patreon for as little as $1 per month. Please check out the pinned comment in the comments section below for a link to my Patreon. This video is intended as a game walkthrough. It is not a speedrun. All strategies in this video were made for efficiency and success rate. Please watch the entire video and listen carefully to the commentary before trying any of these strategies for yourself.
The attorney's letter came as a deep shock to me. My Uncle Jeremy had died by his own hand. The coroner's report was unequivocal. He hanged himself in the loft. My initial surprise and distress past, I considered the news. It seemed clear that Derceto had exercised a thoroughly morbid influence on my uncle's mind. That creaking old mansion with its unusual tales, its secret library door, the ancient upstairs clock, all those occult books that my uncle could not resist reading in spite of his fragile nerves. Fate had pointed its finger. Derceto had trapped its prey. Mr. McCarthy, the family lawyer, suggested selling the old house. I immediately opposed the idea. My duty is clear. I must go to Derceto. I tremble at the thought of those dark corridors, those brooding portraits. Yet I am convinced that Uncle Jeremy left a note, a letter of some kind explaining his fateful decision. I remember his voice saying, "Look at the piano, Emily. Look harder. Maybe the secret drawer will yield up an explanation." I have the feeling things will not be so simple. Life is a mystery containing more mysteries. Jeremy taught me that much. Now is the time to confront the mysteries. Derceto is waiting for me. I pray that my fear is nothing more than the fruit of my imagination. Nothing will ever persuade me that my uncle was insane. But why did he, according to the police report, block the loft window with the old wardrobe?
Hello everyone, this is a no damage run of Alone in the Dark in 13 minutes and 13 seconds. It doesn't actually matter which character you choose. I think Carnby, the male character, has longer reach with his kicks, but it doesn't really matter too much. So we'll equip the lamp, and after we get the lamp, we're going to go into open search mode. You have to open the menu to do that. I found that the best time to switch the modes is to simply do it while you're standing still and not already in another movement. You can pick up the rifle from the trunk over there and get the old Indian cover from the Schiffer robe. And we'll go down these stairs before the monsters can bust in. And then we're going to search for the oil can, and while the oil can is in the first inventory slot, we're going to use it. We're going to avoid the bow, and then head directly for the door. And then we'll head to this door right here. And then there's going to be a key. We'll go into the inventory and use the key while it's in our first item slot once again. Open up this chest. And then we got the old cavalry saber. And we'll go to the door directly across the way. And once we go to pick up this vase, we have about 2 seconds before this guy busts in through the window. So we got to run to the other side of the bed, and then we're going to equip the rifle. And while that cutscene is playing out, we got to make sure that we turn Emily off screen so that she's facing where the enemy is going to be. And we're going to leave the broken vase, like when we start moving after we throw the vase, we're going to hit escape in order to cancel picking up the broken vase part, and pick up the key, and then we're going to equip the key, use the key to get those 2 mirrors right there, okay? Next, we're going to use the 2 mirrors here. So the speedrun does have that mole that jumped through the window. That mole, that giant furry guy, just does usually just hit him to, you know, kind of buy some time in order to put the mirrors down. But I don't really think that there is, you know, there's like a time loss that comes with killing him, but it's just safer. Just lets you go through this whole thing a lot smoother. Now we're gonna go downstairs all the way to the first floor. We're going to open this door, and we're going to use open, search, pick up 1 arrow, and hit cancel on the other 2 arrows. Once again, hitting cancel. Hitting escape is faster. The escape key on the keyboard is faster than hitting left and then hitting no to avoid picking those up. We want a singular arrow, and then once we go back up the stairs to the 2nd floor, we're going to go into this room, pick up the gramophone, and we're going to try to avoid the ghost lady in the chair here. We're not going to pick up the shotgun shells and the Schiffer rope here. We're just gonna bounce. Picked up the matchbook and left the poker, and then we're gonna go across the way in this second foyer here. And we'll go into this room. We already used the matchbook to light the lantern as soon as we picked up the matchbook. So we can just fluidly go in, pick up the very heavy statuette, and then exit. And now we're going to use the old Indian cover, put that there, and then I'm going to run and angle myself up squarely with the painting at the other end, and we're just going to walk. We're not going to go past this dividing, whatever it is, the dividing archway there. We're just going to wait until we hear the thunder, because that's when it's safe to run. Otherwise, it's not going to be safe to run. We'll get hit by a homing arrow. We're going to push that bookshelf. We're going to take the key, leave the parchment, and then take this other book here. By waiting to pick up the book, that puts the book in the first inventory slot. So now we're going to go in through these double doors over here, and we got to make sure to equip the oil lamp here too. And we're going to head directly to the left, and to the right of this very obvious bookshelf door is going to be where we put the heavy fake book that we got. Now we got the talisman, which is one of the items necessary to clear the game at the very end. And we're going to curve around here and then hit this door as quickly and as smoothly as we can. while avoiding getting caught by Voxel Grimace over here. Then we're going to throw the very heavy statuette, take out this this knight that's been making fun of us this whole time, pick up the sword, and then we're going to go downstairs to the first floor. Next, we're going to head into this door over here, into the kitchen, and then we're going to head directly to the left to pick up the pot of human soup. Now we're going to exit, and then go directly into these double doors, because that's the fastest line to get to the foot of the table, which is where we're going to put this this soup that is made of human body parts. And then after we do that, we will equip the key, and then buffer our right turn as she's opening the door. I usually like to try to leave that lighter to be like the last thing that I pick up before I go into the cavern area, but sometimes you just end up picking it up on accident. Can't be helped. Put down the cavalry saber in order to reveal the hidden pathway, and then we're going to equip the sword, but not before we pick up the record, because we still have to be in open search mode in order to pick up that record. Next, we're going to go across the way, and then there's this guy, the pirate Pregst, and we're going to use a couple of vertical slashes, and this is as far as we're going to step, because all of our further slashes are going to slowly shift Pregst to the right? And the idea is that we get him to a point where we can just keep slashing with like the right button on the D-pad, because what you do in order to use your weapons is you hold the space bar and then press a directional button, and pressing a directional button just like locks in an angle to attack, I suppose, is how that works. It's a very strange, very strange system. But once we are able to nail one hit confirm after he's in the corner, then you're more than likely going to hit him whenever the frames line up, the stars align perfectly, for him to just keep messing up and getting hit by our sword spam. Alright, now we're going to come in here, and once we run past this third set of dancers, we're going to use the record here, and that lines us up perfectly to just not only get the record and the gramophone out of our inventory, but it also allows us to go directly to the key. And so these polka dots here, these Art Deco rejects over here, the Dippin' Dots logo, I guess. We're just gonna run past this guy, and then we're gonna head downstairs. I like to call those guys yo-wise, because they make the sound yo-why, but it's like they're really weak, yo-why. Now we're gonna run across this this collapsing bridge right here. Now this part has to be very, we have to do this very carefully. We got to equip the rifle in advance, and then after this camera angle, we're going to see the worm, and then we're gonna make a tight turn. So as soon as this camera angle comes up, we got to be turning right, and then we got to line ourselves up as we're moving forward, so that we are heading straight at this mole guy over here, and then we're gonna blast him with our last two rifle shells. On this camera angle here, we got to make sure that we're turning left. I made a little mistake there. But your movement has to be almost perfect here in order to make sure that you beat the worm before he reaches this ledge over here, as you can see. So I almost didn't get that. You can imagine I was kind of jumping for joy. So now we're going to, well, I tried to drop down there, but I didn't. The lamp goes off. It's actually okay that the lamp goes off, because it would take longer to equip the lamp by scrolling all the way down to the bottom of the inventory than it would be to just like use the lighter and relight the lamp, because then it'll force the lamp to be equipped. So by taking this line, we're going past like all these flying enemies here, and then we can climb up to this, to these bridges over here this way, and we're just going to avoid this guy. I decided to slow down a little bit in order to properly angle myself up, because it is very easy to fall, and if you fall here, you will die. We're going to equip the key and that we got from the dance hall, and then we're going to get the gem, leave the book, and then we got to select push mode. Now we're going to run over here and push this rock a couple of times, and once we push this rock a couple of times, we should be able to just snake our way in through here, and right here we can use the lighter to relight the lamp. It's 5 slots down as opposed to scrolling all the way down. Yeah, I reckon it might have been possible for me to even skip the lighter now that I think about it. Oh, good idea. I will remember that. So this maze, we just got to go straight across, and after this camera angle change, we're going to curve right and then left immediately, and then head all the way up and back towards the top. And curve left again. We're going to skip this. We're going to skip, there's a turn coming up that we're going to skip, but, you know, we're just going to follow the path. And then this turn over here, we're going to skip it. We're just going to keep going down until this next camera angle change. And then it is going to be this turn right here. And then down and to the right. And then up. Down, and then on this screen here is where we're going to use the gem. We are very close to the end of the game now. We'll put it here, and the line here is basically what determines the chance of success for not getting hit here. We're just going to head right first. These, you know, this green grimace over here is going to pop up, and after this third fireball, we're going to curve left and curve in front. Basically, our goal is to try to get the hook and use the talisman as quickly as possible now. You have to use the talisman before he fires off another fireball. And then once you do that, you just got to angle ourselves up and then go all the way down to the bottom of the oil lamp and throw it. Throw the lit lantern at the ghost of Pregst over here. And then we're going to equip the hook. And it's time to get out of here. We've already succeeded with the no damage. Now we just got to seal the deal. Not die from these falling boulders. There's no more monsters we got to worry about. Just focus on escaping. We'll hit the spacebar here to raise this, and then we're going to just kind of coast over to the left, and after this camera angle, we got to cut hard right. On the camera angle coming up after we raise this thing with the hook, we have to make sure that we're curving left, and then we can drop into the water here. And then just go directly across. Okay. And then climb up. And then once we climb up into the cave system over here, we're just gonna head straight to the right, which is where the worm came out of earlier. And then we're just gonna head straight on through, because that's our exit. We don't have to go to the basement in order to move the barrels or anything like that. That's a huge waste of time. We're just going to crawl through. The barrels move themselves. And then once we go over here, we're going to cut left this way. And cut to the right. This is a nice, clean line that sets us up so that we are directly at the bottom of the stairs. And all that's left is go forward, open this door, and time. This has been Alone in the Dark, no save, no damage. Thank you very much for watching. Alone in the Dark is the original survival horror game. Resident Evil wishes it was this good.